What's up, guys? Ice Dick here. So, 2 new rune words have been announced for Diablo 2 Resurrected. Of course, a couple days ago, there was Unbending Will. And now we have 2 others, alright? So check this shit out. The first of which goes by the name of Mist. And you can make it in a 5-socketed bow. Now, I watched Dobrunsky's video on this, and the moment he made mention of the fact that there's pros and cons to it being a 5-socket rune word, a 5-rune rune word, I instantly knew where he's going with that. Because many, I think, are alluding to the notion that this could be used on your mercenaries. And that potentially could be great, right? If they make the Act 1 mercenaries better. Or all the mercenaries, for that matter, outside the Act 2 mercenaries. Because Act 2 mercenaries are quite good. They have the auras. So, there's a lot of speculation that the mercenaries are going to be... There's going to be more of an even playing field for them. And hopefully they'll do that. Maybe they'll give the Act 1 rogues certain auras. Or other benefits. I don't know. Crowd control benefits. Something like that. So there's been a lot of talk already about this maybe being a mercenary bow. But of course, you kind of want to use a great bow on your mercenary if you want like optimal attack speed, frame rates, and you can't make this in a great bow because a great bow has 4 sockets max that it can roll. Same thing with a diamond bow, is that right? And a shadow bow, I believe, can roll 5. And shadow bows wouldn't be too bad, but this is kind of beside the point. The benefit in it being in a 5-socketed bow is if you wanted to use it on your main character, like an Amazon, because then you can easily make it in a Grand Matron bow or a Matriarchal bow by using the Larza quest, because the max sockets those bows can roll 5 sockets. So this will make it easy if you find a superior bow. Now, what's interesting about this is I think there is a lot of potential for this to be a bow that you would use on your Amazon. Of course, there's Faith, and it's really hard. It's really hard to beat Faith. You know, Faith is just so fucking godly. The ignore target's defense, the up to level 15 fanaticism, which does significantly more damage than a level 9 concentration. A level 9 concentration, I believe, does 180 enhanced damage. And that is for you and your party. Whereas fanaticism works a little differently. In a level 9 fanaticism, I believe, is like 185% enhanced damage for you, but then far less, like maybe half that to your party. Alright? But of course, Faith can roll a 12 to 15 fanaticism. So you're getting a lot more damage from the aura anyway on Faith. And another benefit is you get a lot of AR. But there really could be some builds that would maybe use this on their main hand and have a mercenary that has Faith. Similarly to the Windforce wielding Amazon with the Faith on Merc. Because then you could take advantage of both concentration and fanaticism and be alright. This might be better for hybrids. I don't know. It gives 3 to all skills. The thing is, you can roll 2 to all skills on Faith. So it's just 1 fucking skill, so I don't know how big of a deal that's going to be. Of course, if you roll it in a Matriarchal or Grand Matron, you can have an additional 3 for either. But I mean, basically it gives 1 more skill than what Faith could give on a good day. Now, another benefit in this item is the fact that it has 100% piercing attack, to where instead of using Razor Tail, you could use something else, like Nos Coil, or T-Gods, or who knows what else. Maybe they'll come up with some more interesting belts. In which case, this would be even more desirable. What if they do add a very nice belt that is suited for an Amazon, for a Boson specifically, that doesn't offer any pierce? In that case, it'll give this bow even more of an edge over Faith, hypothetically. But we don't know if that's going to happen. I mean, right now, as it stands, Razortail is a pretty damn nice belt, even without the pierce, even though the pierce is good, but it gives dex, it gives max damage, which really adds up to a lot. So basically, you're losing kind of a nice belt, but you're not going to want to use it if you have 100% pierce anyway. You might as well use something else like Nosk Oil, T-Gods, maybe something else. Maybe an interesting crafty belt with 24 FHR, something like that. But nonetheless, what I like about this item is it's kind of cheap. Ice Toad likes cheap items in Diablo because I never find the fucking Ja rune, never find the Burr rune, never find the Ist rune, don't find any of that shit. I find the Ist rune occasionally, alright? But it's just, yeah, often we'll go through the ladder and I just don't find many high runes, alright? So, should be easier to attain. A Cham and a Gull over a Ja and an Ohm, obviously. Now, what's also really nice about this is it's bringing some demand back for Cham, or rather maybe demand that was never there at all. So that's the thing about the Cham rune, it was just such a bitch to find one. Because it was kind of a disappointment because you just didn't have many uses for it, and you knew that shit was barely even worth a Gull rune. But now, it's going to be more valuable, alright? But yeah, I think I'd be more interested in using this on an Amazon, although if they do rework mercenaries to the degree in which I hope they do, it'll be great to use this on a mercenary. Because Ice Dog kind of wants to run Frenzy Barb or a Necromancer, something like that. I mean, really with a Summon Mancer, this would be cool. Have something other than a Pride Merc or an Infinity Merc. You could have an Act 1 Rogue Merc and have this shit on her. And she could have at least, or him rather, I'm sorry, have at least a level 9 concentration. So that might be interesting. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this rune. I think it's pretty cool. And I'm liking that what we've seen so far in these two rune words, nothing too crazily overpowered, because that's just going to make everyone strive for that item, obviously. It's like these in-between things. Of course, the last one really sucked ass, but it was cheap, super cheap. The Unbending Will thing. Yeah, just kind of a nice item you could maybe get on a Zealer, a Fury Droid, or a Frenzy Barbarian, or something like that, just to help you along the way. So that was kind of exciting to see something like that. But this here, yeah, the reality is this has some potential to be endgame for your Amazon even, but perhaps as time progresses and more shit's announced for D2R, we might start wanting and liking the idea of having an Act 1 mercenary. In which case, they can't wield Pride. They can't wield Infinity. But they can wield this shit. So depending on how good they make the Act 1 mercenaries, this item might be towed as fuck. It might be the go-to item for an Act 1 mercenary if they make the Act 1 mercenaries so damn good that you really don't want to go without them with certain builds, to where then you're going to be like, okay, what bow do I want him to have? And be like, fuck it. If I can find a Cham and a Gull, I'm going to straight up hook him up with Mist. Hell yeah. But anyway, there's another one. Let's look at the other one. The other one is called Wisdom. This is a great idea as well. And what's interesting is these are kind of, like, both of these would be great for a Boson, all right? Which maybe is a good thing, because Boson, I almost forget about this shit, because I've been away from Classic for so long, for LOD Classic. Because I've been playing Path of Diablo, modern version of Diablo 2, where they did improve the Boson. They made her back to how she was in, like, they say 1.09 or something like that, when Wind Force was really desirable, when Multi-Shot was good, before they nerfed the shit out of the damage and all that. Of Multi-Shot, it didn't always do 3/4 damage, to my understanding. But Path of Diablo buffed him up a lot, so it was really nice. And I was excited about it. In fact, that is probably the reason as to why I decided to try the Diablo 2 mods. Because initially, I didn't want to try the mods. I was like, no, I want to play this game the way it was intended to be played by the developers. You know, I'm not going to play a mod just with some guys fucking up with shit and doing things the way they want. But then, you know, I finally gave it a try. I was like, holy shit. Some of these moderators or modders are probably more passionate than the ones behind Blizzard. You just don't know. I mean, these are true fans, you know, the ones who are behind the mods. And they did a lot of things that I probably envisioned as a kid of what would be epic if this were in Diablo 2. They did a lot of that shit. And then there was Project Diablo 2. And in Project Diablo 2, they really upped the Bozan as well. They made her quite viable to where she was great. And a lot of endgame builds were Bozans even. To the point where they didn't even nerf them. But yeah, that's the thing, is I have to remember that we're going off of D2R base, which is like classic LOD, where the Bozans just straight up suck ass. So they must be trying to bring them up a little bit. And this helm, it's quite cheap. A pole rune, which in Ice Boy's wallet is pretty damn valuable. But still, I'm okay with using a pole. For something like this, I think I would be okay with it. And it would make for an exciting thing to find a pole rune, knowing that you can make this helmet. Because I feel like this helmet would be great for both the Bozan and a Javazan. Javazan's already great, but the piercing attack, again, you get 33 pierce off Razor Tail, so you will no longer need to use that belt, depending on the points that you put into pierce. It's not too hard to get 100% pierce with Razor Tail and X amount of points into pierce if you have a lot of plus skill gear. So you could free up your belt slot again with this helm. And of course, with the Bozan, you can't wield Rhyme Shield, because you can't wield a shield at all. In which case, Cannot Be Frozen is kind of hard to get. You have to get a Hawkmail, use a shitty-ass armor in order to have it. Or you have to be lucky enough to find a Ravenfrost, or maybe even better, a Charm Rune. So you really don't have Cannot Be Frozen for quite a while. But now that this only requires a pull, you can get Cannot Be Frozen. You can free up your ring slot then. You can free up a socketable slot in a gear piece so you don't have to pop a charm in it. Things like that. And here's a mod that might be underlooked a little bit. I love me some mana per kill. I think it's a very undervalued stat. I remember back in the day, on my Javazans, I would always have Silkweave boots. Just loved replenishing the lamb. When you're just wiping out your entire screen of enemies, it's so rewarding just watching your mana pot just instantly fill up. And you know that you killed so many motherfuckers, and your mana pot just shoots up. It's just so, it makes you feel so fucking powerful. And I love that mana per kill. And then you don't gotta be chugging the mana. And 5 is a lot, alright? 5 mana per kill is a lot, dog. Equivalent to Silkweave boots. Hell yeah. I mean, imagine this shit with Silkweave boots on. It'd be amazing. But yeah, this would be great for a Javazan and a Bozan. I really like having max pierce on my Javazan. I mean, shit, you can wear this and Razor Tail, couple points into pierce, and you got 100% pierce. It'd be just fucking epic. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this helm. I just feel like it'd be great for a Bozan, for a Javazan. I mean, there's got to be a few other character types, right? I don't know. It's probably for an Amazon. A couple other nice mods. The Mana Stone Print. Just very nice mods. See, it seems like the devs behind making this shit, you know, they play the game, right? They played the game some. Like, they kind of know, you know, make the charm valuable again, have maybe an alternative to Faith, maybe bump up that one Mercenaries, make them viable, make a bow for them. Get a nice helm, something that a Bozan could use, get some Cannot Be Frozen, mana per kill. They know that shit's really nice to have. But yeah, one more point with this one, the Mist. I mean, the Pierce, like, I don't know. It's hard to say that this can even compete with Faith, all right? But the 100% Pierce shouldn't be underlooked. It'll save you points into the Pierce skill. It'll save you from using the Razor Tail belt. Let me know what you guys think about this shit. It has a 40 all res. The freeze is target, but of course Faith has freeze as target as well, doesn't it? I mean, really, you could make this before Faith and still aspire to get a Faith bow. And if you do get a Faith bow, fuck it, you could put this on an Act 1 Mercenary. So really, they have their uses. But yeah, if you guys will, like the video. Let me know what you guys think about these new rune words. Appreciate you guys for supporting the Ice Toad. Become a patron if you want. Links in the description below. I actually got a donation on the little PayPal tippy jar donation thing I got in my description from Oliver G.
Good to see you.
He donated $2.50. Here, yeah. Ice Boy's cheap as fuck. Really make them shekels go a long way. So thank you, Oliver, for your contribution. May the Creator bless you and keep you, sir. May your finances be blessed, and may you have many wives. Peace with you.